is what we have been doing producing the best talent. Has that worked so far? People don't get it, is that Americans could actually just study more and work harder and learn this. That's an option here. The nerds are the cool kids, the cool kids at the party.
Right. What's up, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Free Game. I am your host, Chris Hall, videographer and content creator. We got Mike in the building. Say what's up, Mike.
Hey.
Today we have a video. Well, not really a video. won't play a video, but we have a topic by none other than Vivek Ramaswamy. And if you don't know him, he is actually the one of the two-headed monsters in Doge. The other one would be Elon Musk. And what does Doge do?
Department of Government Efficiency is supposed that Trump just created, and the whole purpose is to come in. They're gonna find government waste, find where the government is spending money in places that make no sense, cut that off. I honestly feel like he wants Elon Musk to come in and pull a Twitter and fire half of the government, which I would agree with anyway. So I've always let me just
go back a bit.
No, back over to you, because this is.
Yeah. So the topic of discussion is today. Vivek had a, let's say, alarming tweet. One would say kind of triggering to most Americans, because he was talking about Americans, to where we're going to read or get a narration here of this tweet. Let's see what it says.
The reason top tech companies often hire foreign-born and first-generation engineers over native Americans isn't because of an innate American IQ deficit, a lazy and wrong explanation. A key part of it comes down to the C word, culture. Tough questions demand tough answers, and if we're really serious about fixing the problem, we have to confront the truth. Our American culture has venerated mediocrity over excellence for way too long, at least since the 90s and likely longer. That doesn't start in college, it starts young. A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers. A culture that venerates Corey from Boy Meets World, or Zach and Slater over Screech in Saved by the Bell, or Stefan over Steve Urkel in Family Matters will not produce the best engineers.
Wow.
Pause.
Yeah.
I 100% was waiting to see if he got Stefan. I was.
What do you think about that, Mike?
I think you should go first.
Me? Well, I believe that he has some merit when it comes to that. I believe that the American culture obviously does promote the jock and things like that. Zach and Slater from Saved by the Bell and all that cool stuff. Obviously, Stefan was a lot cooler than Urkel in Family Matters. And that will not produce the best technical people for the needs of jobs that need engineers, tech, computer software developers, and things like that.
Yeah. What the question I would pose to anyone is what we have been doing producing the best talent? Has that worked so far? I think right now the outrage that we're seeing is a result of now America, like I told you the other day, the nerds are the cool kids, the cool kids at the party.
Right. Elon Musk,
for a long time, America's had the what do we call it? The participation trophy syndrome. Yep. And so along with that, we've let everybody believe they were smart. Now, the reason I feel, for your audience, the reason I feel strongly about this is because I'm an actual engineer.
Would you consider yourself a nerd?
What's the difference between a nerd and a geek?
Difference between a nerd and a geek? I don't know. We'd have to ask Siri or something.
I don't know. I'm something else altogether. Really, it doesn't matter.
So you don't consider yourself a nerd?
Well, yeah.
Okay. I think a nerd looks like something and a geek is something.
Okay, is that what it is?
Yeah, that's how I feel. I didn't look anything up, but how I feel about nerd versus geek, if you were just asking my personal opinion, I would say a nerd looks like Steve Urkel, and a geek is just completely, because we're geeked, you know what I'm saying, means he is completely focused on this task, whether it be computers or sports.
I would fall into the geek category.
Geek, because you don't look like the nerd.
What I would want people to understand is that there is a category of individual, like there's people out there that I work in IT. Okay, we're not talking about the guy that can fix the printer or attach some things to your. We're talking about people that write code, people that build infrastructure, people that understand how the actual world around us work.
That make things go round and round.
That make things go
valuable part,
right,
to this company.
Yes. Now, as an American with an advanced skill set, I have a computer science degree. That's it. Just a bachelor's. I don't have a master's or anything. I don't have any certs, nothing like that. I have a very, very advanced skill set. I'm a Linux engineer. In my experience, I have never been adversely affected by H1-B visa holders, any foreigner, at the end of the day, anyone that is running a business is going to hire the person that is going to make them the most money or save them the most money.
Now, what is the H1B or HB? What was you saying?
H1B visa program.
H1B visa program. What's that?
Skilled foreigners can come in and work for American companies. Which is kind of how it should be. And I think this entire conversation is stemming from essentially tech companies are starving because there is not a lot of local talent in terms of engineering, higher level engineering.
So is this why a lot of jobs are outsourcing their tech job positions because there's just not enough
what people don't get is that Americans could actually just study more and work harder and learn this. That's an option here. You don't have to just feel like the foreigners are coming, I'm outpaced. You could actually compete.
Now, do you think this is American culture? Yes, American. Just because he used some examples of 90s sitcoms? American
culture is so mediocre and so lazy.
Dang.
We've seen in the conversations of himlessness that we've had, we've seen where the amount of contorting, yoga moves that a person with the pretzels they will twist themselves in to avoid having to learn something difficult.
Yeah. Let's see what this gentleman has to say about it. We'll comment on that.
People are mad at Vivek, Ramaswamy, and Elon Musk for saying American culture is mediocre.
What did he say?
He said foreign culture is superior to American culture, and that's why Americans can't get jobs. Blamed Americans for watching TV and valuing the jock over the nerd. Immigrants work
How are
hard.
people responding to that?
Many people have figured out that they're paying these immigrants lower wages. This allows them to pay their own citizens no wage because they don't have to hire them now. People are discussing the superior tech talent from India.
Wait, so they were saying that immigrants from Mexico are criminals and are going to hurt people, but immigrants from India are technical geniuses.
Those two are different! Vivek billionaire started that anti-immigrant campaign all the while hiring them for cheaper labor. Making people turn on each other.
I just don't get the immigrant discrimination. At first, immigrants were bad, but now they're good and they're needed. What's happening
Vivek was talking about how immigrants are superior in tech to Americans. And Elon Musk agreed with him and said it has nothing to do with lower wages.
That sounds like an excuse for big businesses to continue to outsource for cheaper labor because it is proven they pay immigrants significantly less than they would pay someone from the same country.
That's because they're humble, so they're willing to take the cheaper labor. Americans are too entitled! That doesn't make sense! So Americans aren't entitled? How does that not make any sense?
Outsourcing something like customer service to India doesn't mean the customer service in India is better. It means they're going to pay significantly less for their wages, so the business is going to make more money.
Laura Loomer has also turned on Elon Musk, called him an immigrant who bought his way into Trump's campaign. Why does anyone have a problem with what they're saying?
Because it all seems to come back to this elaborate scheme to make billionaires richer under the guise of this righteous.
Are you saying that the fact that there's no American jobs, and even though there's a shortage, people are still getting fired, they tell us to have kids for the jobs they won't offer anyone? While they've been outsourcing these jobs to H1Bs and immigrants, so they can pay them less while demonizing immigrants the whole time. Are you saying these billionaires are lying to their followers? And that when they use the term it's just business, it's because they're hiding from something ethically? I found a conspiracy theorist!
It doesn't have to be like this.
It's too late! Billionaire 2025! I will always support the billionaires because they have my best interest in more.
Okay, that was different.
That was intense.
Yeah, that was very intense. It seems like he tied in the cheap labor for foreigners with the actual skill set,
so
somehow, the value of the person.
He went right to outsourcing customer service, and we're not talking about
service.
And no one can see. Here's the problem. You know what I do for a living, too. You kind of know what I do for a living, and you actually know me, right? there are people that cannot conceptualize what we are talking about.
At all.
And that's the other part that's scary. You're so stupid. You literally can't even conceptualize the conversation we're trying to have.
No, he's thinking we're having a conversation like foreigners are better just in general than America. That's why he said, oh, I thought they were bad. Now they're good.
America is a melting pot and has to do what is necessary to stay at the top of the mountain, right? Okay, so when in whatever form that happens, and this is why America took the Nazi scientists, because yes, they did terrible things, but at the end of the day, these people know how to make rockets, and we outside of us wanting to make the best rockets, we also don't want them making rockets for other people.
No, we don't.
Right? Like I get it. Regardless of how somebody feels about it, that was the play that was made.
Correct. We don't want weapons of mass destruction.
We live in a world now where being the jock and the prom queen are not helpful. At one point in time, being the jock was helpful because somebody had to go over the hill and kill the bad guy.
Right.
Now, some really smart people came along and they made these manless ships that fly in the sky and shoot fire and make bad men go bye-bye.
Absolutely.
So we don't need the jock and the prom queen anymore.
No, we don't.
Again,
we have technology.
The nerds are doing everything. These are the same people that, people that drive Teslas are up in a ruckus. Everyone that is tweeting on a cell phone mad about this topic, you look like a moron because you are using an advanced device that does a lot of advanced things. Somebody
that an American did not make.
Somebody had to come up with the internet protocol to even make the communication work across the. We're not even talking about the device or the application or the OS. We're not even talking about all that stuff. There's other protocols, but you people are out of your depth.
Yeah, some people don't even know how information gets from one place to the other. They just think they pick up their phone and you send a tweet. You know how many things happen in the background with that tweet to even be a tweet? Even the button itself has code in it. So when you press that button, it does something. It executes.
It is unreal how the degree to which people are not aware of how stupid they actually are.
What do you think is let's say he's right? Let's say he's right, which obviously
he's for sure right.
But what do you think is the fix? Because a lot of people, like you see on the left, just going on the political side here, they, instead of saying, you know what, he's got a point and this is what we should do, they would rather talk about the feeling or the emotion that you get from his statement. You know what I'm saying? Like he says something that's like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. But they never said that the statement is false. They just are up in arms about the statement.
No one held up a stat that said America's. I'm almost certain we looked at some stuff the other day that said engineering enrollment is on the decline. Yep. And I hate to say, so the question you asked is, what's the answer?
Yeah, what's the fix here?
Well, here we go, because this is where this is. So an example of the fix. I've been saying this since before this person showed up.
Yeah.
All right. So keep that in mind.
Before Vivek showed up?
No. Before the person I'm going to say showed up.
Gotcha. Go ahead.
I've been the problem that we have is that the most flamboyant, successful people that most Americans see are going to be athletes and entertainers.
Yeah, I spoke about that as well. Right? That's usually people we look up to.
Exactly.
Remember when we asked subject one who we looked up to? Who was it? Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, and he couldn't get off of it.
Nope.
Right. Couldn't he? Right. Yeah. So the answer to the question is people like Anton Daniels.
That's the answer?
That's the people like Anton Daniels. People that are intelligent, who have done intelligent things consistently for a period of time, for the bulk of their adulthood, that now get to turn around and say, nanny boo boo, I drive a Porsche, I drive a Cybertruck, I wear Coogee, I got Rollies, I got money, I can show you receipts. I'm showing you hundreds. He said, I just saw a video. I think he said he made 172,000 last month off YouTube.
Off content alone. And we've seen a few guys, like we've been reviewing, who are actually trying to, actually have quit their job and doing content, obviously at a lower level than Anton, but it could happen.
Right. So this isn't no free promo. No, actually free promo. I watch Anton Daniels. You guys check out Anton Daniels. But the people that question why he is, Right. You constantly have to tell me not to bang on the table. You should leave this in here because I'm not
staying in there.
Right. Yeah. But the people like Anton Daniels, the people that have been consistent and get to show off. See, because a lot of times, I mean, you see Bezos on a yacht, but you're not on the yacht with Bezos. He's not making content about what he's doing. He's not holding up receipts in your face. You know what I mean? Like that's different. Some kid gets to see Anton hold up on his phone. I mean, 172,000 last month doing this, and I was in project management and software development. And like he's had a real legitimate career. That's the only way to fix this is to help people see the things that you want. You can get legitimately if you put in a lot of work and do the intelligent things.
Now, are you saying that more people have to come out? And like I know we speak a lot about representation in the Black community for that to be representation. Say, oh, hey, he's Black. He's a male. I can do that too. Are you saying there needs to be, because obviously one man or two men can't do it all. So you think there just needs to be more representation, or what do you think?
I think there needs to be more representation, but I also think there needs to be more interest. Right? Somebody has to actually have the curiosity enough to care,
to say, you know what, I think I do. Because when we spoke to Subject One, I know that he was going or thinking about going to school for engineering and things like that. But for some reason, he seemed to fall out of it and went right back to the mediocrity that Vivek was talking about.
After that conversation, I let him know that I'm an engineer. Said in the conversation that I wanted to help him. Have we heard from Subject One?
No, not as of yet. Not as up to this.
Not up to this. Not up to this video.
Because this that will be dropping before this one for sure.
Up to this video. My point is, like, if I was in Subject One shoes, I would have had that conversation immediately after you want to help me? Yeah. What you trying to do?
And one would think that would be the next thing, because if you want to be a D1 athlete or something, you would want to go to the pros. You would want to speak to. That's when the Cam Newtons go back to the hood and they give out money or just show up to these little pro amps and things like that to show, hey guys, I'm here for you guys. You could be me.
And no offense to Subject One, but this is how you know when somebody's full of it. When you tell me that you always wanted to be an engineer, he didn't know what kind of engineer, which was interesting, but he always wanted to be an engineer. I tell you I'm an engineer, and you don't have a single question. You don't about engineering or how I got into it or nothing. That's how I know you're full of it. You have zero interest in engineering.
Because like I said, I think people may have an interest in, let's say, software engineering, just being better than themselves. But I don't think they have the drive to do so, number one, nor, like we spoke about, the role model thing, nor does he have anyone to go to find out this information. But then we gave him somebody, and people like that still end up bypassing those people who can help them out and continue to go back to their mediocre life.
Most people have an interest. Most people don't have an interest in high level skills. Most people have an interest in the money that skill can bring.
Correct. That's what
I'm not going to lie. I only got a computer science degree because I went and I looked up back then, like 2002, looking for, I'm going to Atlanta. What job can I get making $75,000 a year with a 4-year degree? The only thing that I could find was computer science related. So I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to go major in computer science because I'm trying not to come back.
So you're saying you don't have like an anchoring or a love for engineering, from building stuff, finding how things work. It's not a passion that you have. If they pay, well, I'm not going to say they lowered the pay because that obviously you'd stop doing it. But or do you have a passion? Do you do this outside of work in some other? Do you tinker? Do you build stuff outside of work?
I used to, but it was honestly in the service of becoming like the best.
Okay, so these were more like exhibitions.
To be honest, I could honestly do whatever is necessary to make. I just don't like blood, so I didn't want to do nursing. Right?
Yeah, me neither.
Right. But other than that, like, I'm not going to sit here and say I have a love of engineering. I do like just in general problem solving. Yeah. Like I like chess, puzzles, riddles, things like that. You know what I mean? So I kind of get to apply that in this arena.
Right.
But No, this was all about survival, which I wish people would understand. Like, I understood at a very young age that I was going to be on my own and no one was going to help me.
So what is Vivek trying to do? Is he just making a statement, or is there some type of bill or an adjustment that he's trying to make to the foreigner working policy?
I believe they're trying to open it up so they can get more H1B visa recipients in.
Okay, so he is a advocate for more of this, and he just added the sauce on him, like, hey, this is why, because you guys are not developing the best of the best.
You're saying you guys, but he's not saying, he's saying we aren't, because he is American. He's born here. Correct. He's saying, hey, I matriculated through this system, and I can tell you, I don't know. But first off, here's what's insane to me. Everyone matriculated through the system. Right. How are we having this conversation now? Why are we pretending that the most popular person at your school was also the smartest person? That is rare.
That is very rare.
That is super rare. Why are we acting like?
In my high school, the smartest person was like the valedictorian was not the most popular person. It was actually an unattractive girl, if I'm not mistaken.
Why are we pretending like women are chasing all the scientists? That's who has all the kids. All these women who have, all the women who baby daddies everywhere. Every single baby daddy is a physicist.
No, that's definitely not the case.
That's what I'm saying. Why are we? This is the craziest. I can't believe this is a conversation. Yeah, I'm glad it's happening.
I'm completely glad as well. So you're in favor of Vivek. I do also agree that
and his African American friend Elon Musk.
Elon Musk is African American.
Richest man in the world is African American.
Funny enough. So if you blacks were smart, then you would definitely get on the Elon Musk team because he's one of you.
Stick with your own.
I mean, come on now. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on this subject?
I could talk about this all day, we could just...
We got that much time.
No.
If you like content like this, make sure that you like, subscribe, and share as well.
I was going to say, and get smart about something.
Yeah, get smart. That is the main thing. If you're watching this channel, you're already on the right track. You're getting smart already as the videos go by. And speaking of video,
that's only if you clicked
this video,
the bell, the subscribe button.
You have to subscribe, obviously, so you can continue getting this stuff. It's also even smart, right? Because we are getting smarter to turn the notifications on so you are alerted every time we drop some free game.
Right.
And as always,
you're smart.
Now you're smart. There's another video coming up, not now, but right now.
Hold up. Worst.